An apartment complex in Springfield without gas for weeks. It's a story Western Mass News was first to report. It's left many tenants with no other option but to prepare their meals on hot plates or to buy takeout. Many of the residents are on fixed incomes, and that has created an unexpected burden. Well, gas has been restored to all tenants. Western Mass News reporter James Villalobos learned the complex has a history of code enforcement complaints.
I can't really believe the condition that these people are actually living in.
Rose Webster Smith is a community organizer in Springfield dedicated to educating residents about their rights when it comes to housing. For the last few weeks, she has been assisting tenants at the Maples Apartments in Springfield, where gas lines to all stoves in the building were shut off in September after a leak was detected. This happening just days after the gas explosions in the eastern part of the state. The decision was made to keep the gas off until the source of the leak could be identified. The property manager telling Western Mass News at the time that they did not want a repeat of what happened in the Merrimack Valley. This led to confusion and frustration for many in the building, including Carmen Oropesa, who has lived at the complex for 4 years.
My bones are weak. I have to use a cane and I live on the 3rd floor. I have to go down the stairs, pay for a taxi to go and buy food. People don't only eat once a day, it's 3 meals a day. That's 3 meals that the people who didn't have gas had to go buy.
She tells Western Mass News that many in the apartment building don't speak English and live on a fixed income, so many just simply couldn't afford to deal with the repercussions of not having gas for the 6 to 8 weeks. She also says that the leak was just one of the many problems to happen at the property.
I, as a tenant, don't feel confident where I'm living. I don't feel safe where I'm living.
Western Mass News requested documents from the city's code enforcement department and found that they have opened 32 different cases. The oldest one dates back to October 2012, reporting a unit with no heat and ceilings water-stained and rotted. According to the documents, the same unit's windows were not weather-tight, bedroom doorknobs were broken, and the toilet's flush mechanism was defective. In 2015, another case, water stains on the ceiling which were coming from an unknown source. And in 2016, code enforcement also investigated a unit with black mold in the bathroom, which was causing breathing problems for the tenant. Earlier this year, 25 different units were condemned at the building. That's because, according to the documents, the sewer pipe is broken and or backing up, spilling raw sewage onto the driveway and parking lot. Water has been shut off to prevent further overflow. Tenants are unable to use their bathroom and kitchen facilities. The tenants also allege that some of the water made it into the carpets inside the apartment building.
According to the tenants, they just dried the rugs, they didn't clean them. Judging from the smell that's in the hallways, I would tend to agree that they probably weren't cleaned properly. And you can see the water marks like in the hallway.
Hi, you've reached Christine at 303 Maple Street in Springfield. I'm either on the other line or away from my desk.
Western Mass News attempted to speak to the property manager about the issue multiple times over the phone and in person. However, we did not hear back. Milagros Morales says that the ceiling tiles in her apartment also have water damage, and even though the maintenance department has worked on it in the past, the issue keeps returning.
They did fix it, supposedly, for a minute, but it's leaking again. So that's why I'm saying that the job is, yes, it's being attended to, but they're just doing over it. They're not taking care of the full problem that they have at hand.
Despite all of this, Dave Cotter with the city's code enforcement department tells Western Mass News that no fines have been issued against the management at Maples Apartments because no negligence has been found. But Webster Smith says that while many of the residents are frustrated, she's in the process of helping them establish a tenant association, something that doesn't currently exist on the property. James Villalobos, Western Mass News.